We're always looking to history, to the news, for big lessons about power. But what if one of the sharpest takes comes from, of all places, a simple children's story? Today, we're going to break down this fable about a wolf, a tiger, and a demon to get at some really timeless truths about ambition and justice. So, this is the big one. This question is right at the heart of our story. But man, it echoes everywhere, doesn't it? In politics, in business, even in our own lives. We're going to explore it by following a wolf who wanted a crown so badly he was willing to do anything to get it. Okay, so our story kicks off in the Moonland jungle, and it starts not with a show of force, but with what looks like a heroic rescue, a carefully staged performance meant to hide a much, much darker goal. So meet Kalu, our wolf. He swoops in and plays the hero perfectly, saving this terrified rabbit from a fox. And to the rabbit, Kalu looks like a savior, right? But for Kalu, this isn't about being a good guy. This is just the opening move in a much bigger game. And just like that, the mask slips. This whole hero thing, it shatters almost instantly. It wasn't about kindness. It was a pure transaction. Kalu doesn't want to thank you. He wants power. And he wants the rabbit he just saved to go out and start his political campaign for him. So the rabbit goes and tells the actual ruler, the Tiger King, what happened. And the king, he's firm, but you gotta admit, he's fair. He tells Kalu, look, you can live here, no problem, but power isn't something you trick your way into. It's earned. You want my throne? You have to beat me. And that one challenge, that one rule, is gonna change everything. Kalu was just denied the easy path to the throne, but that ambition, it doesn't just go away. No, it starts to fester. And he thinks, okay, if I can't win the right way, I'll find power from somewhere a lot darker. Remember how the Tiger King mentioned imprisoning a demon? Well, for the king, it was just a story about his own strength. But for Kalu, that story becomes a roadmap. A light bulb goes off. He realizes, hey, if my own strength isn't enough, maybe I can just borrow someone else's. And here we have it, the classic deal with the devil. The terms are just chilling. The wolf gets exactly what he wants, the power to win. But the price is paid by the very animals he wants to rule over. That red light seals the deal, and in that moment, Kalu stops being just wolf. He's something else entirely. So now Kalu is supercharged with this unnatural power, and he doesn't waste a second. The consequences for the entire jungle are immediate and they are brutal. He's just brimming with a confidence that isn't even his, and he storms right into the king's court. His challenge is so arrogant, so direct. He doesn't just think he can win, he knows it's a sure thing, and he makes sure everyone is there to watch. And the fight, wow, it's completely one-sided. The Tiger King, who's supposed to represent real, natural strength, stands no chance against this borrowed, demonic power. He's beaten in seconds. It's a perfect picture of how unearned power can just shatter the natural order of things. The takeover is complete. The true king is gone, and Kalu's very first act as the new ruler is to start a reign of terror. This isn't about leading. This is about paying off a debt. The daily hunt begins, and the entire jungle is plunged into absolute fear. For 8 long, agonizing days, this nightmare just unfolds. Every single day, another animal is sacrificed to feed that demon in the cave. And with every victim, the demon gets stronger, closer to being free, while the rest of the jungle just has to live in terror under their new king. But just when everything seems completely hopeless, a little glimmer of hope appears. The deposed king is out there in exile, all alone, but he's about to run into someone who can change the game. And right on cue, in comes the Blue Fairy. Now, in storytelling, this character is a classic. We call it the magical ally. This is the figure who has the wisdom or the power the hero needs, the one who shows up to help set things right again. So the tiger tells her this crazy story about his defeat, how a wolf suddenly had the strength of a lion. But for the Blue Fairy, who actually helped lock that demon away in the first place, it's not a mystery at all. She hears that and knows immediately. There's only one place that kind of unnatural power could come from. But just suspecting isn't enough, right? They need proof. So they sneak over to the demon's cave and they see it with their own eyes. Kalu dragging another victim to pay his debt. Now they know for sure. But here's the crucial part. The blue fairy doesn't just go fix it herself. She gets everyone involved. She rallies all the other animals to come together and take their home back. So the stage is set for the big rematch, but this time it's not just a fight for a throne. This is a battle between real, genuine strength and totally fraudulent power. Now that he knows the truth, the Tiger King comes back and issues the challenge. But just listen to the difference in his tone. This isn't about ego anymore. This is about making things right and forcing this fraud to fight on a level playing field. So the fight starts. The wolf, still totally full of himself, rushes in. But this is the turning point. From a hiding spot, the blue fairy works her magic, and that red glow, the very source of the wolf's power, is silently drained away. And the best part? Kalu has absolutely no idea his cheat code has just been deleted. And just like that, it's over. The second Kalu is back to being just himself. With his own natural strength, he is no match for the tiger. Not even close. It takes just one swipe. The borrowed power is gone, and the tyrant is exposed for what he really is, just an ordinary wolf. So, the daemon is locked away again, the Tiger King is back on the throne, and the wolf? Well, he's spared, but he's definitely learned his lesson. With the jungle back to normal, what are the big takeaways from this whole fable? I think this story just hammers home a timeless truth, Power that you get through shortcuts is always corrupting, and in the end, it just can't last. True strength has to be your own. But maybe the deeper lesson here is that when a tyrant does rise up, it's the strength of the whole community, all working together, that really brings back justice. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. The wolf tried to grab power all by himself through a dark, secret deal. But the Tiger King? He only got his throne back with help from the fairy, and, really, the support of all the other animals. It makes you wonder, what does it even mean to earn power? And can anyone really truly do it alone?